It's wonderful to have you all in my home, and as we look out over Sockers, it does remind me that we're standing on the land of the traditional owners of this land, the traditional custodians. So I pay my respects to the custodians of the land here. Honourable Stevenson Joseph, Governor of the POHNPEI State, Mr. Carl Apis, who I understand is not here but in spirit, Gus Kohler, Director of FSM Culture, Mr. Kenmore Salvador from the Foreign Affairs Department, thank you for coming, for Secretary. Now Mr. Bernie Heldenberger is not here, but I'm so pleased that Mrs. Liman Heldenberger is here. Thank you for coming and for bringing your two sons. Mr. Freddie Perman, President and CEO of TTC, FSM Telecom, and our very special ABC guests, Ms. Inge Studisner and Jan Villalon. It's wonderful to have you in country this week. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really pleased to be hosting you today at my residence for the launch of ABC Radio in POHNPEI on this beautiful island. Now the ABC is our beloved national radio public broadcaster, independent public broadcaster, independent of government that is, and it has a long history of broadcasting high quality content and programming internationally to Asia and the Pacific. And in fact this year is 85 years since the ABC's first broadcast. Now I haven't told Inga and Jan this, but I used to work at the ABC. So I'll tell them the story of that later, but I worked at the Ultimo office, which is the main kind of studios that we have in Sydney. And so I can definitely vouch for them as a very high quality organisation. So I know that many of you here grew up listening to ABC because traditionally we did broadcast it on the radio. That fell away for a few years, and now we're coming back with new current affairs, voices from the Pacific. You'll be hearing sport, cultural programming, and Inga and Jan have brought this beautiful flyer which just in such a colourful way illustrates some of the content that is on offer. So Governor, I'd commend that to you to have a look at. And of course we have a new Indo-Pacific broadcasting strategy, and so one of the things there is that we want to work with the ABC to bring more Pacific news and cultural programming and to try to help build some of the media capacity in the region. Media here is quite limited. We're very lucky to have Keseleye Times and some of the radio stations, but we would love to work with you and partner with you on that. And I know that the ABC has an excellent and long-standing relationship here with both the PPBC, the public broadcaster, and V6AH. And the ABC is working towards signing an MOU to begin free sharing of content between public broadcasters and offering training and other opportunities. So very soon, Inga, the Governor, and myself will turn on ABC on 89.1 FM here. And this is really, for me, a tangible demonstration of the closeness of our people and our people-to-people links. To be able to tune in and listen to content from all around the Pacific is just going to really help to bring the Pacific family closer together. I commend Bernie for his work and his partnership with the ABC. I'm sorry he can't be here, and we all wish him a very speedy recovery, Liman. And I just think this is going to deepen the partnership between our two countries. I'm absolutely thrilled. So I want to say Kalangan Kupuran Kauros to all of you. Thank you very much. And I would invite Governor just to say a few words, followed by Kenmore from DFA, and then Inga. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Excellency. Wow, you were already speaking POHNPEI just 10 minutes. Good job. My respect, join Her Excellency in respecting the leaders of this land. My respect to you, ma'am. My respect to Mr. Berman. My respect to Roman. and of course our media friends, ABC Radio Australia, and all of us. Certainly, I do remember listening to the program at some point, some long time ago. I think Freddie and I were still in grade school. But at that time, the news we get from outside was very limited, coming from America and then of course Australia. But as we see these days with the social media, the world has become so significantly much smaller than before. We get to know what's going on in Africa, what's going on in the Middle East, in our backyard, so-visited. But you know, some people say that for POHNPEI specifically, that's not, we're being bombarded with all this information that will make us lose who we are. But in my view, I think it's good. I think it can definitely make us better people to really realize the unique lifestyle that we have in comparison to the rest of the world, and come to appreciate it more. So yeah, I very welcome the return or the establishment of ABC Radio Australia. I'm sure it will be listened to, it will bring back memories to a lot of us. I'm for freedom of information. I'm not sure if there's a different freedom of information, freedom of the press. I ran my campaign on that freedom of information. And I try my very best to demonstrate that. As you can see, we have a public information office. Patrick is my public information officer. And it's been quite good in cranking out what's going on, at least on a daily basis, from the governor's office. So with the addition of Radio Australia into our mainstream media, if we have one, it's going to be a welcome feed. More information, the better for us. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon. Before I say a few words, I echo recognitions that the Pastor and Governor has conveyed earlier. Respect to Ambassador, Governor, Acting Director, CEO, Permanent Radio PBC. I don't have the capacity to speak on behalf of the government, but I will just speak on behalf of the department before I convey a request on behalf of Secretary Warren Albert, who is not able to attend this event due to unforeseen circumstances. I just want to, given that Governor Head of State, MP State has expressed appreciation regarding this important event, I just want to follow his whatever he just mentioned, just express a sincere appreciation to the Government of Australia, especially Radio, ABC Radio, for the efforts in accomplishing this people-to-people link issue. So with that, and thank you all.
Sorry, I keep saying it the wrong way. Sorry, and welcome to all the dignitaries here from the Federated States of Micronesia, the Ambassador, and all the rest of you who are here today. And thank you for coming to mark the launch of ABC Radio Australia here in the beautiful POHNPEI. I'm Whaleanga Fulu Ingastuntsna, and I'm the Content Director at ABC Radio Australia. And my colleague Jan and I have been here for a few days now, and I just can't get over what a beautiful, absolutely stunning country you have, and the hospitality and warmth that we've been given is second to none, so thank you so much for that. Well, as you may know, ABC Radio Australia is part of ABC International, which also runs ABC Australia, our TV network. And these international services, as the Ambassador mentioned, are mandated in the ABC's founding document, the ABC Charter. And in order for us to fulfil our charter requirements, we're always seeking to expand our international services and bring our content to new audiences across the Pacific and beyond. So today marks a really important milestone in this process, and I'd like to thank the Australian Ambassador for kindly hosting us here at your residence today to help celebrate this occasion. So the launch of ABC Radio Australia today here in POHNPEI on 89.1 FM, along with our launch in Palau 10 days ago, is an historic moment because it marks more than a decade since ABC Radio Australia was on air. So the launch of the new service and our increased engagement in POHNPEI and in the Northern Pacific region is going to result in more coverage from POHNPEI. And will not only bring you news and stories to you from across the Pacific, as well as Australia, we're going to be able to help tell your stories and the stories of this beautiful country and your people. And your stories are going to be heard across the Pacific and in Australia as well. So over the past 12 months, we've been really busy rebuilding the network, the ABC Radio Australia, and we've more than tripled our content, as you can see from our pictures there. So all the shows, I'm really excited I'm excited that you're going to get to hear on 89.1 FM. One of them is a program called Stories from the Pacific, and it's an in-depth interview program, and it just features incredible people from throughout the Pacific and in all parts of the Pacific too. Another program we have is Sister Sounds, which is a women's music show, and it amplifies the voices of incredibly talented female artists in the Pacific, and their badges for you in the gift bags outside. You can have a look at that. And one of my favourite programs is Culture Compass, and just talking to the Governor before, talking about the importance of keeping your culture intact. For us, that's what Culture Compass is about. It is looking at how our cultures evolve with modern times, but we maintain our origins. And it also celebrates what we share with our cultures across the Pacific and how we are connected. Climate Mana is another show I think you'll like, and it celebrates the resilience of our people in the face of climate change. And we've also got our current affairs program, Pacific Beat, and a daily morning program that's quite entertaining called Micronesia Daily. So we're also really excited to be working more closely with V6AH and the PBBC, and we're working towards an MOU with both networks. So we'll thank you to those networks for collaborating. But what I would like to do is tell you about our incredible team at ABC Radio Australia. One of the differences is that every member on our team, like me, is a Pacific Islander. And we represent right across the Pacific, from Micronesia to Melanesia to Polynesia. So our presenters and producers are actually from the Kiribati, Papua New Guinea, Bougainville, Solomon Islands, Samoa, Tonga, Cook Islands, Vanuatu and Fiji. Now, I've been working in the media for more than 25 years, and a large stint of that was in Samoa, which is the place I grew up and where my father's from, and my Matai title, Whaleanga Full, was actually from Samoa. So working at ABC Radio Australia for me is like coming home. So each one of us are very passionate about elevating and platforming the voices of our people across the Pacific. So while we all share similar values of family, community and respect, we and our listeners are also learning from each other, and I think this only brings us closer together. So it's important to me, our team at ABC Radio Australia, to share these stories from Micronesia to Polynesia and Melanesia. And that's also important for ABC Radio Australia, because what that means is that us Pacific Islanders are telling our stories and those of our Pacific Islands brothers and sisters, and we're telling those stories back to Australia. So my team and I are absolutely thrilled that we also now get to share your stories here from POHNPEI on 89.1 FM. And I think this is almost the moment we're waiting for to see if this radio works.
Yes,
so I'd like
it works. So I'd like to invite the Governor and Inga. We'll just move the radio to the front. Do we need to put the antenna up? Let's do that for dramatic effect. Okay, so I'd like to press the button.
Right here.
Yep.
This is Jacob McGuire on Nesia Daily, and he is a new band and Australian South Sea Islander, and
so it's about that time this morning where we have a chat. Someone who can fill us in on all the latest news headlines from all the news making around the Pacific. It's that time we heard about that, and we